What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast, where we're gonna get into some wrestling talk. But before we do, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Laidback TV. Okay, over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel. It is a network and it's a goddamn app combined in one. Who the fuck you know who does that shit? Too late, you don't know. Okay, so check them out on laidbacktv.com. You can get them on your Androids, your Fire Sticks, your iPhone. So go on the Apple Store, the Play Store. Only $25 a month. Yo, it's a hell of a lot more less than what the hell you guys are paying with all these streaming services. So fuck them all. So check them out. laybacktv.com. Now let's get into some wrestling talk. Whoa! So it happened. Money in the Bank went down Saturday at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California. If y'all don't know what the fuck that is, it's still Los Angeles, okay? And they did Worlds Collide with AAA Lucha Libre, all right? You know, where you got to see Chad Gable challenge for the Mega Championship. You got to see Stephanie Vaquer team up with Lola Vice, you know what I mean? A woman from Chile, a woman Cubanita. Gorgeous women doing their thing. And you see the NXT North American Championship was on the line. You see Dominic Mysterio causing some mad chaos with Liv Morgan over there, where he challenged what was it? Oregon Jr. I think that's how you say his name, for the Intercontinental Championship. So a fifth match got added last fucking minute, and I'm talking last damn minute. Made it official same day. You know what I'm saying? So why should we wait? Let's get into it, okay? So Money in the Bank went down. They started it off with the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, okay? Now, here was everybody the contestants that were participating in the match. You had Alexa Bliss, former Miss Money in the Bank, multi-time world champion, tag champ. I think she was tag champ. Can't recall, but I know she was multi-time champ. And when she won Money in the Bank, she cashed in on Nia Jackson the same day when Nia Jax was defending against Ronda Rousey. We had Roxanne Perez, former two-time NXT Women's Champion, you know, making some noise over there on Raw with the Judgment Day. We had Julia, a former NXT Women's Champion as well, making some noise over there at SmackDown. Get into some shit with Zelina Vega because she wants that U.S. Championship, which is really smart because I actually considered that going after Zelina Vega's U.S. Championship is a contingency plan just in case you didn't win the Money in the Bank ladder match, okay? But if she would have won, yo, coming for the U.S. title, and whenever I want, I'm coming for the world title, yo, whatever. We had Naomi causing a lot of chaos, yo. Hey, proceed with caution, okay? She's just making noise. And I love this version of Naomi, if I'm being honest, yo. I love this version of Naomi. You know, the glow was so dope. The music was so dope. Dancing, it was so dope. But it was like, I feel like she's showing her real potential as a heel. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of her dropping the match at WrestleMania against Jade Cargill, she literally is showing, exactly where she belongs, you know, and it's so crazy. Now, we'll get into it with Naomi, but we had Stephanie Vaquer, former NXT Women's North American Champion, former NXT Women's Champion, dual champion, first woman to be double champion. And I know everybody's going to say about, Mandy, who's also, you know, Mandy Sachs. At the end of the day, those were two different championships, if we're being honest, you know what I mean? Mandy Rose. I'm used to calling her Mandy Sachs, you know, her new name now, you know, her new personality, new moniker, her new life, you know, respect to her, shout out to her. But Mandy Rose was the first unified NXT Women's Champion. I know they're trying to, you know, it's the wording. That was a unified championship. It was the NXT Women's Championship unified with the NXT Women's UK Championship. Mandy Rose is the first one to do it. Period. Now, Stephanie Vaquer, she is the first double champion, because that's a mid-card championship and the world championship for NXT in the women's division. First one to do it. She was a dual champion, double champion, and she's making a lot of fucking, she's going 3 matches. 3 fucking matches in 3 days. 3 days. She did a SmackDown, a 6-woman tag team match on SmackDown. She did her tag team match with Lola Vice at Worlds Collide, and now she's doing the Money in the Bank. She's fucking killing it. She looks great too. Okay, so we got Stephanie there, and then my favorite, Rhea Bloody motherfucking Ripley. Okay, multi-time champion. The only she was a Grand Slam champion before the Women's US and IC Championship came to the picture. Never been in Money in the Bank. First match. And holy shit, it was pretty crazy. A lot of great moments. Lot of shit. I feel like everyone's gonna feel it the next day when it comes down to that match, because everybody just, holy shit. Everybody took a lot of bumps, a lot of big bumps. So kudos to the women who did a fantastic job. Out of 5 stars, I gave it 4.5 from top to bottom. It was a great match. Shout out to them. But we got a new Miss Money in the Bank, and it's Naomi. Holy shit. And when you see how far Naomi's come, you know what I mean? 2-time. She won the SmackDown Women's Championship, got injured, came back, had a WrestleMania moment, and won it back. Right? Then she became WWE Women's Tag Team Champions with Sasha Banks. Right? She became tag champs with Sasha Banks. They both walk out. They both don't feel like, they're being respected. Sasha did her thing, going, with a new name, a new look. Naomi went straight to TNA, became Knockouts champion. Held that belt for a little close to a year. Contract ended, came right back to WWE. Re-debuted in the Royal Rumble, and look where she's at 2 years later. Right where she belongs. Miss Money in the Bank. Holy fuck, she's come a long way. So shout out to Naomi. I don't know who she's coming for when it comes down to that briefcase. It could be the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy time. Or it could be Io Sky, Women's World Champion. You never know. She ain't got no beef with Io. And she has history with Tiffany. But if there's one person who ain't expecting it, it's Io. Because Io is a former Miss Money in the Bank, and so is Tiffany. They both should be prepared for what Naomi may do. Okay? Just saying. Next match was Dominic Mysterio defending the Intercontinental Championship against Oregon Jr. Hope I'm saying his name right. It was a pretty good match. Pretty good, I think Dominic is trying to cause some noise over there at Lucha Libre, AAA, which I think is going to be great for him. Get some new challenges with that Intercontinental Championship. So, shout out to Dom. He retains. I gave that match a 3.5. It was a little slow pace for me, but, great match. We had Becky Lynch challenging Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I gave this match off the rip a 4.5. I think their match was a perfect 5 at Backlash. But these two, they put on a show. This is the 3rd time they're going at each other. They have faced each other for NXT Women's Championship. They have faced each other for the Intercontinental Championship. They're both former tag team champions together. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch, I never feel like anybody that Becky was in the ring with ever showed Becky's true potential. You know what I mean? Even if you put her in the ring with Charlotte, or if you put her in the ring with Ronda, anybody. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't see it. Even with Trish, I did not see it. You know what I'm saying? I did not see it. You know, with Liv Morgan, I did not see the true potential of Becky Lynch. She's great on the mic, 100%. She's gotten 10 times better. You know, rather if it was The Man, rather if it was Becky Two Belts, or rather if it was Big Time Bex. Yo, every era she comes in even a hell of a lot better on the mic. Like, holy shit. You know, I think she's the perfect match with Seth. But Becky pulled off the win. You know, no matter how y'all look at it, she pulled off the win. She's now got another title that she's, you know, she could put on her resume. She's now second Women's Intercontinental Champion. And she made Laura Valkyria raise that hand. But, you know, Lara had to put her down, you know, get that get back. So, I mean, would they do I mean, it's not a trilogy. I mean, that was the trilogy, but are we going to get a part 4? You never know. I want to see what Becky Lynch. I mean, I had Becky, basically. And, you know, just so y'all know, I hope y'all put on the right bets. I had Naomi winning the Money in the Bank. You can go back in our last episode. But I had Becky winning the Intercontinental Championship. So, kudos to her. 4.5 for that. Then, we had the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won by Seth freaking Rollins. And here was everybody that was involved. It was Solo Sikoa. Okay, Solo Sikoa. I don't know. That was kind of my pick. I want to say, it was my pick. I thought he, you know, it has momentum, and it could have been useful for him. You know, there was LA Knight, who's a former 2-time U.S. champion. You had Penta, who's been killing it ever since his debut in January. You know, being at WrestleMania, challenging for the IC Championship at Backlash. You know, now look at this, Money in the Bank. You know, he's just on fire. We had Andrade. We had El Grande Americano, which I was totally shocked that we even had him in that match, and he was killing it. El Grande Americano is killing it, and he is live from the Gulf of America, okay? Just so you know. And then we had our final participant, it was Seth freaking Rollins, who is a former Mr. Money in the Bank 10 fucking years ago. And look at this shit. He pulled it off. And this match, I gave it a 4.5. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was great with these moments that they had. You know, I think it was great. I think it was great how the moments came. You have Bronson Reed, you know, with the tsunami. You had Braun Breaker nearly rip El Grande Americano in half with the spear. You had Solo. You had Jacob. Jacob got his get back on Solo. He turned on Solo, finally. And I think we're gonna see possibly a U.S. Championship in the near future with Solo and Jacob Fatu. So that's crazy. That whole side of that bloodline family is done. I wonder where the hell is Tamatanga and Tangaloa at. You know what I'm saying? But Seth freaking Rollins, second man to win a Money in the Bank ladder match. First person is CM Punk, but Seth is the second. He's the second man to do it. This does make it interesting now, because you would expect him to possibly go at Jay. You know, Jay's on Raw. He's alone. You know, he got Sammy there, but Sammy's not enough. Punk is there. Punk is not enough. His brother's over there on SmackDown. You know, Jay's just going after everybody. I mean, what if, you know, Cody gets back the Undisputed Championship? He can go after Cody's belt and get that one pinfall that he's never gotten on Cody. That's crazy. Like, now it's on. And I feel like when it's time for Seth to cash in, he is going to cash in and have the heist of the century again. Just saying. So, congratulations to Seth freaking Rollins. We had John Cena, the undisputed WWE champion, the last real champion. Last seen 17. Oh, never seen 17. teaming up with the Maverick Logan Paul against the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, former champ, and the World Heavyweight champ, main event Jey Uso. This match, I gave it 4.5 as well. This was great. There were little mistakes here and there, but they made it up. Logan Paul had a great moment of the night, especially with the drone. You had him, Logan and John going at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, they had some friction there. And then just out of nowhere, out of the blue, the return, R-Truth, comes in, attacks John Cena, hits him with the belt. Here comes Crossroads and a 1-2-3 by Cody. Cody got his get back from WrestleMania. Now he can honestly say he hasn't beaten John Cena in a one-on-one match, but he has now pinned John Cena, and he pinned him as WWE champion. So Cody still just, kind of earned his rematch, if we're being honest, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta see how that works out. But kudos to everybody. Hope everybody was injury free. Rest your wounds and keep it moving. We got the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments coming up. We don't got a King of the Ring or a King and Queen of the Ring PLE like we did last year. I guess that didn't do so well. So they're still gonna do the King and Queen of the Ring, which I like it. It's going from June to mid-June, starting it off. Probably if it's finalized by July or at least by Night of Champions. So then whoever's standing, we can actually see them go on to SummerSlam and challenge for World Champions. But as we do for all PLEs, we do an MVP, we do a ring attire, and we do entrance of the night. So let's do entrance of the night. I gotta give it to the sexiest Rhea Bloody Ripley. She killed it on her entrance. Seth freaking Rollins killed it on his entrance, and Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, he always kills it on his. Ring attire, I gave it a few people this time. Cody Rhodes as well. Jey Uso, I gave it to Penta. I gave it to Seth Rollins. And I gave it to Naomi, killing it with the Carmella-inspired attire. And then the MVPs, I would say it's Jacob Fatu, U.S. champion, for turning on Solo Sikoa. And the final spot in the MVPs of the night, I gave it to the one and only returning R-Truth. That's all we got for the Drop That Podcast. I'm your boy, Eddie Jax. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the page, like the page. Y'all want to talk wrestling? Let's keep it fucking going. Loving it. And that's how we're going to do it, all right? You guys be safe, be cool. Peace.